Hey, how's it going? For this video, I wanted to try something a bit different. I decided to record a typical raid with multiple quest objectives in mind, and do an extensive breakdown of exactly what I'm doing or thinking at any key moment. Most of this video is going to be voiceover, pausing to explain thought processes, dissecting of tactics, as well as some live commentary of what I was saying in the moment. I hope this will be helpful to better understand exactly how I attack a raid. And please let me know if you like this sort of thing and would like to see more in the future. So first things first, where are we going and what are we trying to accomplish? This raid will be on Shoreline because I'd like to complete the quest Spa Tour Part 5. I really need Peacekeeper rep right now. I'm a high enough level to unlock level 4 Peacekeeper, however, I need to do several more quests to get enough reputation first. This quest is very simple. All we gotta do is head to the northern part of the map outside of the resort and grab a key off of a chair that will spawn inside the bunker near Rock Passage. Rock Passage. Secondly, I'm also going to use this as an opportunity to complete Tarkov Shooter Part 2, as Jaeger is also one of my lowest level traders at the moment, and I really need to start prioritizing his quests as well. I just need to get a few leg shots and a couple headshots with a bolt action rifle from at least 40 meters away, and this can be done on scavs. Thirdly, I am currently standing at 2 out of 3 of my 100 meter plus headshots for Shooterborn in Heaven on Shoreline, so if it is possible, I'd like to try and finagle my way into a position to potentially finish this part of the quest as well. So here's the gear setup. Very simple. All I really plan on doing is working towards these quests, so I'm not bringing a large rig or a backpack, because looting will not be heavily prioritized. My weapon of choice is the DVL, one of my favorite long-range options in this game, and the fact that it is a bolt action means that it satisfies the requirement for Tarkov Shooter Part 5. My secondary will be a shrimp, with only a single mag, just as an emergency option for any close quarter situations that may occur. With level 4 prep war unlocked, I have access to 9x21 BT, formerly known as SP13, which is a powerhouse of a round, 39 penetration power with a whopping 63 damage, the absolute best all-around pistol round, and only 347 rubles apiece. If y'all are sleeping on the shrimp, it's time to wake up. Everything else is pretty standard, some basic meds to deal with light heavy bleeds, painkillers, a backup IFAK in my secure container, serve kit, emergency water ration because this was recorded during the heatwave event, a mule stim just in case I kill some chads and get incredibly heavy, and of course an extra stack of ammo. At this stage of the wipe, I would still say that M80 is good enough to get the job done. However, I got this DVL off a player earlier, and he actually did have a couple of M61 rounds top loaded in the mag, so that's what we're starting off with. You could say this is a pretty budget setup, and to be honest, doing budget runs is when I feel the most comfortable. So let's get started. Tarkov Shooter Part 2, Spa Tour Part 5, and maybe Shooterborn in Heaven. Let's go. Okay, well here's our spawn location, which is not bad. It means we can run to the top of the map and go all the way straight to the bunker for Spa Tour Part 5. The only thing I really need to worry about is me running through other player spawns on the northern wall. However, if players did spawn here, they likely ran into the resort already, which means I'm just basically running behind all the players that spawned here. So I'm walking up and checking for the sniper scav spawn. This would be a good opportunity to get those leg shots and headshots. Unfortunately, he didn't spawn. Crossing the river and heading up towards the bunker for the quest, and I notice there's a scav just kind of hanging out. So I decide to turn around and get some distance and try to get some leg shots and then some headshots. Or I guess one headshot. Okay, so that completed the leg shots part, and now it's time for a headshot. Before moving inside the bunker, I'll check on top of the ridge, a very common place for players to be waiting. And then I go inside the bunker, loot the key, and then I loot the scav and move on. Got myself a nice little rig upgrade, and while I was looting the scav, I heard an SVD pop off to my right. I will certainly keep that in mind going forward. So at this point, I have the key for Spot Tour Part 5, and I've completed the leg shot portion of Tarkov Shooter Part 2. All I need is one more headshot. So what I could do is head towards Extract, which would be Tunnel, and I could just hope to find a scav on the way there and get that done. Boom, 2 quests completed. But that SVD has me curious. It sounded almost like there might be a player on top of the resort shooting south down, trying to, I don't know, snipe people. And if that is the case, then I could potentially get myself a Shooter Born in Heaven kill. So I got curious and I wanted to investigate. So after about a minute of waiting for any more noise or something, I realized that if he was sniping south, I wouldn't be able to see him because of the angle that I'm looking up towards the building. So I decided to throw a grenade and maybe bait him into looking in my direction. So I'm trying to put myself into a position that is going to be 100 meters plus, but unfortunately nobody comes over the edge of the building, and I think about it a little bit more, and then I realize that what I'm probably hearing is even further south, and it's probably somebody either getting shot by Sniper Scav on top of the power station, or it's somebody shooting near the power station. So I decided to go more south and investigate what's going on down by the power station. I see a scav standing still, and I realize it's a great opportunity for an easy headshot to finish the quest. So I'm moving in to loot the scav, and it's quest completed. I've already had a successful raid just from that fact. So I decide to basically quickly loot the scav, loot the building to my left, and then as I'm doing this, I'm hearing shots very far south. So I decide that after I'm done looting, I'm going to head down south towards power station, towards the gas station, and the pier, and just kind of take a look and see what's going on. So I noticed that Sniper Scav is dead, which leads me to believe that there were players in the area, and they could potentially be inside the power station. So I decided to go up on top of the little platform above me, and I'm just looking for movement. I'm looking to see anybody. This would be a pretty difficult angle to actually get a shot from. So I'm not looking for a shot necessarily. I'm just looking to see if I can get any information to maybe track a player and see where he's going. So I do see a scav standing still, and I miss a shot. Holy shit! That didn't drop at all! And because there's a scav just kind of chilling right there, that means that there's no players in the area necessarily. That scav would definitely have been aggroed if they were. So then I just kind of move on and continue going further down south. Sounds like a bunch of shots going off towards to the right of gas station. That could mean that players are going to eventually move into the pier. Oh my god. So this kind of scared the shit out of me, which was probably obvious. I got shot, and I heard 2 follow-up shots in pretty consecutive fashion, as well as a grenade going off. So this leads me to believe that it's not a scav. It sounded a lot like a PMC. So the first thing I do is just get low. I try to just get down, and I'm going to reposition to basically re-peek and try to find out where he is, but not exactly from where he last saw me. So at this point, I realized it was just a scav the whole time, and I've just been bamboozled by Nikita. So I move up to loot the scav and continue. I get shot at again, and I don't hear anything like a scav voice line or nothing, so I'm just kind of confused. But sure enough, it ended up just being another scav. So I loot both the scavs, and I end up getting some Magnum buckshot. and I proceed to unload the 7mm from the MP155 that I have, and I load the Magnum into it because I'm going to move down south and go to the pier. I'm pretty sure there's players down there, and I'd like to be a little bit more prepared than I already am. So at this point, I have a pretty good view down to the pier through the smoke, and no fucking way. I end up seeing a couple of players, and this is very exciting because from my position, they only have one way out, which means all I really need to do is sit, watch them, and at some point, whether they come in or out or whatever they're doing, there's probably going to be a good opportunity for a shooter born in heaven kill. Probably about 200 meters. I would like to be able to prone, but it's not really going to work on this hill. Maybe right here? No. Prone is just fucking broken down here. Okay, this is my golden opportunity. It looked like 2 players. They only have one way out. This is the best spot for shooterborn. In situations like this, it may be tempting to shoot, but you really have to take your time. If the target is moving, the chances of you hitting from a 200-meter plus shot is going to be way more difficult than if they're standing still. So it's really important to just wait and only take a shot if you really think you have a chance of actually connecting. So as you can see, he's peeking slowly, cautiously, but it looks as if he's not really that worried about completely just sniped. If I had actually taken a shot in any of these potential opportunities, if I had missed, then at that point, he would likely play a lot more safe. He would move quicker, he would not stay out in the open for too long, and it would just basically ruin my chances of actually getting a shot. So I really need to be careful, and I need to wait until I have a sure shot in this kind of a moment. Oh my fucking god, I got that shot. Holy shit. I shot him through that. Oh, that was a beautiful shot. Zeroed perfectly. And now his friend's like, what is happening? Oh, that was... mwah. So if we go back and take a look at that shot, you can see that I finally noticed that the guy with the bright blue helmet did actually stand still. And at this point, it was still a pretty risky shot, but I was just kind of putting trust in the zero, and it ended up working out perfectly. His friend's probably going to try to ditch his stuff. There's nowhere you're going to be able to hide that loot from me, though. Unless he literally destroys it, like, in the water or something. Which I don't care. I don't care about the loot all that much. But I have him pinned down. There's no way out. That's what makes pier so dangerous. So I am so happy, and this raid has already surpassed my expectations, so I get a little bit careless. I see him running away, I take a shot, and I decide that I've already completed one quest, Tarkov Shooter Part 2. I've already completed the Shooterborn in Heaven, which I wasn't necessarily even expecting to complete. I want to just get involved, I want to go down there, I want to push him. If I die, it doesn't even matter to me. This raid has already been great. Shooterborn in Heaven is one of those quests where this kind of a situation it could potentially just not happen to you for the next 20, 30 plus raids. So getting it done is just so huge, and at this point, I just don't care what happens to me anymore. So as I'm moving forward, I actually noticed that there are like 2 or 3 dead bodies on the ground. That they look like they have some decent loot. And this explains how those guys were acting that I was watching. They were kind of cautiously peeking down the road. It seemed like I had just shown up at the end of the fight and they weren't sure if there was more people or whatever. At this stage, I decide to continue going forward towards the pier and try to chase this guy down because I think there's only one left and I can, I figure I have the confidence to finish the fight. What I could have also done was just looted the guys on the ground and then just backed up towards tunnel and extracted, but I decided to go forward. And of course, because it's during the heat wave event, I actually ran out of hydration. I wasn't paying attention, so I had to use one of my emergency water rations, and it's going to take a little while before I become rehydrated for me to stop having that tremor effect. So I'm thinking about it, and I realized that because the guys on the road seem to have died from a pretty considerable distance, The guy that I'm now going up against probably does have something with the capability of shooting at like a pretty far range. So I start to think about like where could he be repositioning and where could he be trying to peek me. The first thing I think about is he probably ran inside and he probably went upstairs, because the middle window of the building on the pier actually has a really good view out towards the beach and exactly where I am. So that's where I decided to look. So, oh. Yep, I knew he was going to be in that window. I fucking knew it. I missed the shot too. My aim is all over the place. Damn, there's another dead player down here. What the fuck? My headphone is dying. So I now hear the noise that my headphone makes when its batteries are low. So I decide to go prone and remove myself from the fight for a moment to plug my headphones back in, because it would really be a problem if my headphones were to die during the fight. I wouldn't be able to hear anything. I wouldn't have any audio. And so I'm sorry, this was just kind of a joke. I wanted to just explain that in detail as a prank. You just got pranked. Okay, let's continue. Left. So as I'm walking up, I heard what I thought was someone taking a gun out or something, but I also know that in this general area, the water is pretty loud and it makes a similar noise. So at this point, I'm just confused. I don't know what's going on, and I decided to just say, fuck it, run around the right side of the fence and just get close and try to take a close quarters fight. So I heard a few footsteps on wood, and at this point, that noise I heard earlier, I kind of just forgot about it, and I'm laser focused on the guy that I just heard inside the building. Can't see a goddamn thing in there. Okay, so I know I've just landed a few good shots on this guy. I heard him scream. I was basically just spamming in his general direction, but it's so fucking dark in that room, I can't actually tell if I killed him or what's going on, and I'm just kind of confused, but I decide to slowly push forward. Okay, so now I've just heard footsteps on my left, and I also had just heard footsteps on my right. There's a lot going through my head right now. Basically, I had just realized, like, okay, fuck, there actually is another guy, and he is on my left right now, and the guy that I was just shooting at that I thought I may have killed, I did not kill, and I'm probably fucked because I only have one magazine in this thing, and I wasn't really planning for this, and I also completely forgot that I had a shotgun with Magnum. You know, it's all going downhill for me here. Oh my god, there was two! So, I know you're probably thinking right now, like, damn, I can't believe you decided to take a raid at which you died to create this kind of a video for. But the truth is that even though I died because I was careless. I died because I was already happy with what I had accomplished during the raid, and I was just trying to, you know, press my luck and see if I can go even further for an even more epic raid. But even with that fateful ending, I got Tarkov Shooter Part 2 completed, and I got Shooter Born in Heaven on Shoreline completed, which in my opinion is the hardest map to get those headshots. So I just wanted to throw this together because I felt like it was an interesting raid. I felt like people could potentially learn from this sort of a thing. And, you know, I had fun making it. I had fun in the raid. I had fun editing it. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you'd like to see something similar to this, let me know if you enjoy this style of video. And yeah, just thanks for watching.